Alright, in today's guide, we're doing ramp. So now, his augments is the rumbling. Rumble has no cooldown, but it does less damage, costs 5 more mana, and slows Rampage while active. We got Rock and All, which is you throw a bowl out of mid-air, which is really good. And then you got Tiny Titan, which you shouldn't be doing. You're going to want to do Rumble every time. No cooldown is crazy on this. And this is going to be like your main damage for clearing camps. That way you're not sitting there and you rumble and you're just like, If you're new to the guides, we cover builds for the patch that's going on right now, and then we go into a guide, the most optimal combos, the most optimal things to do, pro tips, and all that fancy stuff. Starting out with Rampage, you're always going to go Titan crest, no ifs, ands, or buts about it, and the crest you're going to get is Sapphire's Mantle. Sapphire's Mantle right now has a better win rate than Razorback. So Razorback is still picked, but it's like almost a 10, oh, it's over a 10% difference. Okay? It's huge. So Sapphire's Mantle's better. Now, what does this do? When you use it and you activate it, it increases your size and max health by 10%. You deal 60 damage plus 1.5% of your overall health, and Rampage has a ton of health to nearby heroes, and after the duration, you permanently increase your max health by 20% of the damage dealt. So the more damage you do while you're going crazy, you gain as health, which in turn, when you do Sapphire's Mantle again, your Sapphire's Mantle is going to be stronger. So you're going to be wanting to use this every team battle. Starting off with the build, we're going to knock out build. Now this is, once again, builds change every different patch. But for 1.7.3, this is what you're going to build right now. And this is subject to change. So starting off, slot 1, you're going to build Overlord. Slot 2. Now this gets a little crazy. You might be thinking, what do I build here? If they have a healer, like let's say they have a Grox, a Chimera, a Countess, or annoying lifesteal or stuff to deal with early game that's annoying, you go Tainted Guard. If they do not have annoying people that early, you're going to go Gaia Greaves, okay? So, get the good old Gaia Greaves out, boys. After that, slot number 3, you're going to want to build, sorry, I got choked up on my spit here. You're going to build Aegis of Agawar. Alright, this is what you build slot 3. Slot 4, this is where you can build Tainted later in the game if they have late game healing. But most of the time what you're going to build here is you're going to build either Void Helm or Unbroken Will. If they have tons of CC, you're going to build Unbroken Will. If they don't have tons of CC, just build Void Helm. And Void Helm is just going to give you tons of health and 20% extra healing, which with your ult is insane. Okay? Slot 5. What are you going to build slot 5? Now, what I personally like to build is Frost Guard, because carries are the people that shred Rampage the most. And what this does is it slows down their auto attacks. So this is absolutely nuts for dealing with carries. If you don't want to do this, you can go Giant's Ring, but Frostguard has better win rate. Just saying. Now finally, the last thing you want to build on him, and if you haven't already and they're healing, you want to build Tainted Guard. But like I said, if they're healing, you probably should have built that earlier. For the last and final thing, you can either build two things. You can build Giant's Ring, or you can build Salvation. Now, Giant's Ring gives you health and physical armor, and it reduces your non-ultimate cooldowns by 0.25%, not percent, 0.25 seconds per basic attack. So it's like 1, 2, 3, 4. That's kind of like how fast Rampage hits. So that's 1 second off of an ability. But that's kind of not why you do it. Now, when you ultimate, this is where it comes from. You gain 15% size, so you're so big, you're going to be like eating everything. Like they can't miss you. But you mitigate 5% of that damage. And it doubles the effect on the hitting, which minuses the cooldowns. So this is really good for rocks. So this, I believe if you build Giant's Ring and you're level 18. I don't know why I keep saying level 20. I guess I'm thinking of Smite. When you build when you build Giant's Ring, it allows you to get an extra rock out while you're in your ult. Pretty much, that's really it. If you're just getting rocked and you're getting blasted, you want to build Salvation. This is when you hit below 30% health, you're going to gain 18% of your health as a shield for 6 seconds. Which is crazy. Which is absolutely nuts. And you're also going to gain Omnivamp. So the more damage you do with your abilities is going to heal you for 10%. This also gives health. This is also really good. So you could choose which one you want here. For the sake of the video, I'm going to do Giant's Ring so I can show you how fast you get your rock back when you ult. Okay, first things first, what do I level as Rampage? Level 1, you're going to obviously get Rumble so you can clear camps fast. So when you're hitting the first camp, you could just, you know, just smoke it up. Level 2, you're going to get the shoulder, you know, and I mean not the shoulder, well, the boulder. What this boulder does is you can lob it for a trick shot, and when it hits somebody, it just does damage and it stuns them, which is absolutely huge. Now, this is nutty. Let me turn this on, let me gain haste, and let me show you. This has unlimited range. If you hit the shot, you hit the shot. So, if I come out of jungle and I see duo lanes far up there, just lob the rock, dude. Because if it hits, that duo lane can secure the kill. You don't even got to be near there. And act like I'm on the fog wall right here. There's a big old fog jungle wall right here. They don't see me. They're just going to see a rock come out of nowhere and smack them in their head. Okay? Really, really good for surprise stuns. And like I said, unlimited range. You can literally, look, toss it across the map. Like from this tower to this tower. For instance, if you aim completely up, it's going to arc. So think of it like a basketball. See how far that went, dude? Tower to that tower. Almost hits the tower. I would say like about like 5 feet away from the tower. Alright? Which is absolutely huge. Last thing you're going to level when you hit level 3 is your jump. Now your jump deals damage per how much health you have. And like I said, you're going to have tons of health. You're going to get in there. You're going to whap them. The leap can be canceled early by basic attacking, so instead of jumping the full way, if Steel's like under me and I want to get extra damage, I can jump and basic attack and I'll come right down. Look at that. So if I'm like, smack, you know, that's really good early because your leap's gonna do more damage early than your basic. You know. And his rumble slows. I forgot to mention that. So, like, your rumble slows them. And because now you have no cooldown on your rumble, you just... The only thing that's going to bother you is your mana. And it kind of slows you down. But it slows them down, too. So you can kind of just... Where you think you're going, buddy? You're eating all that. You just got to eat it. Right to the dome. Okay? Now, what's the first thing you level as Rampage? Is you level the ground pound. So, when you get to level 6, you should have 3 levels in the ground pound, 1 level into your ult, and the rest. What does Rampage ult does? He gets super big, which then it gives him more health and more health regeneration, and it also changes your abilities. Right here it says empowers abilities, but I'll show you what it does. Instead of picking the rock up, you will insta-cast the rock. So, I come in, I just throw the rock. My stomp does more damage, and my leap goes farther. That's what it does. Okay? And that's pretty much it. When he ults, look. Instant. When I'm out of my ult here in a second. Oh yeah, let's compare distance jumped. That's ultimate without ult. See that? That's a good bit. You miss. Okay, and that's all his abilities. Now, to get into, like I said, max level ramp and most optimal way to play ramp. Now, this is where things get interesting with Rampage. And determining how you want to get in. You can either get in with your rock from, you know, far away. You can rock and then jump in. And then hit and then go right into this. Or you could jump in first, go in, alt, and then when they blink, then you get the quick boom. You know, you ain't going nowhere, boy. Get back here, you know. And that's pretty much it. That's like the most optimal way to play ramp. Is literally just eat everything, because look at your health is cracked. So you're just gonna, I'm gonna eat everything. I got Sapphire's Mantle. Oh yeah, you're not leaving. You're gonna eat all this. Where do you think you're going, buddy? Eat all that. Just eat it. Eat it. Eat it. And that's Rampage. Alright guys, that's it for the guys tonight. Let's play a game and then I'm getting off.